Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jewel. We are on part 3 of this desk set. This is the 4th time I've tried to record this, and hopefully I'll be able to do it without interruption. It's been one thing after the other. So we're moving on. Now, this was the prototype, okay, and you can see we have all these flips and flaps. So I'll refer to this so you can see where we are for those of you that are just joining us. If you are just joining us, you might want to go back to part 1 to see exactly how this fun little desk set's coming together. This is going to have a matching journal in the main pocket. And it's got a lot of different things that are going on. Now, what I did to try to train these little flaps to lay down, I put some clips on it, but we are going to make some of these fun little thingies to add to this. I call it the door, and attach it, and then we'll have a string that will open this, so or keep it secured shut. All right, so I'm going to take these clips off. I'm going to sit down and we're going to move on. Last time we did some pockets. I think we added these fun little flips, and you can see this opens up, and we do have some pockets here. I think it was a while since I taped the second part, because we had interruptions over a period of days here with workmen, so it was too loud in here for me to tape. But from my recollection, I did sew these pockets up. Not necessary, you can just glue them. They're just little fun little pockets to give this thing. And we had decided that we were going to cut this down as opposed to, well, see, this side is straight across. So I decided to angle it down. So with that, we added this pocket. And then I decided I did not want to sew here and here, so there would be more room in here for our journal. And I'm hoping to be able to make the journal cover today. If not, we'll do it the next time. So we're going to move on with this front area. Actually, I might need this back. I'm going to just clip this here and clip this here, because we're going to add some pockets. Now, off camera, I came in and all the elements of this Shabby Roses kit from SenecaPondCrafts. I came in and I started to make the tags and back them on the file folders, because that's what I'm using in this whole project is the file folders. So I've got a lot of these done. Now, we talked about Glossy Accents last time. So I use them on some of the images to give it a glass look or a metal look. And we had made this little thing to put here. But what I have decided is there is another one in the kit that's a little smaller label that has 2 little brads. And I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to get a piece of cheesecloth. I actually had one out here, but I was working on 2 new journals, and I think it got put away. So let me see if I can find my scrap bin. Yeah, here it is. I'll get my scrap bin, and I'll cut another piece of cheesecloth. It is floating around here somewhere. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple of pockets here on the inside, and I actually have those cut and ready. Here they are. Let's do that first, then I'll cut a piece of cheesecloth and we'll add that. Okay, so I decided I used some of the pieces of the cut off scraps to make these. And actually it was this one. I had this piece here, so I just cut this side and then this side, and then I have this piece left in here to adorn the pages of the journal with. So let me see what side is which. So I wanted these roses here and here, right under my little discs here, whatever you want to call these, for where the door is going to be. Now, I decided then we can put some fun things in those pockets, because she has these little file pieces, and I thought these would be really cute. We'll put a little something there. We'll put 2 on each side, just sliding in, because so she had several of these in the kit. So I've got those ready to go. Now, what I did is I trimmed these pockets. I laid them on this so that they would be, and then I also came in and I did ink around, and so that they would, I cut the little angles, okay, so they would fit. And I actually want just a little stitching showing. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and glue these on. And I still have the ability to take this to the machine and sew it here and maybe a little here. I certainly don't want to sew across here because that will enclose the pocket that's on the inside. So let's sew this, or let's glue this down. And yeah, I want to glue here, around here. So what I'm doing with this is I'm working my way backwards. I'm recording this whole series before I upload it, so you can see the final project. So you have already seen the final project of what this is going to look like. I almost thought I glued that the wrong way. Let me bring that down a little bit. So I want a little bit of the stitching showing, but still plenty of room to just tuck something in. So you already know what this is going to look like. And I did that so you could see it and see if you wanted to make one, you know, like a craft along. And I chose this kit because of the number of pieces in it. There's so many pieces in it. It's actually a design team project for SenecaPondCrafts. She's got some beautiful digitals over on her Etsy shop. All right, I gotta take this off. That's in the way. All right, I'm gonna look at this and make sure it's lined up pretty good. Okay, let me just secure all of that down and just let that sit. Okay, so then we have those 2 pockets. Now we're gonna add that element down here. And I had that nice little piece of cheesecloth all ready to go. And it's gone. All right, let me just take a piece off of here. All right, let's see what we need. All right, I'm gonna cut this here and then probably... Now, what I've done with the cheesecloth is it's been coffee dyed. Let me see here. All right, this is a little bit too big, so I'm just going to take a little off of here. And a little off of here. And we're going to put it on this pocket here, but I want it... Let me take this string off. Still a little bit too big, I think. I'll just scrunch it up a little bit. All right, we're gonna glue that on. Actually, you know, I just want to take a tiny bit more. Let me just take this little edge off here. All these little pieces I'll use. They'll go in clusters or something. This gives that real fun, very vintagey look. I think that's good. So I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this little label down. On the cheesecloth first and then secure the whole thing on that pocket. Now, we're going to be decorating this in the very end, and I'm going to do a little bit more decorating. All right. Let me get this where I want it. All right, I'm gonna lift the whole thing up and just mostly glue under here. I kind of like the cheesecloth loose around the edges. It's kind of fun. So let's see. We want that right in the middle. Let's put it, trying to somewhat center it. So I have two teeny tiny little brads. Let me hold that up so you can see that. Just ordered those off of Amazon. They could be Tim Holtz. I'm not 100% sure. I have a bunch of little brads from him, but I also had some other ones in there, so they're all mixed together. And then I have one more that I have of this that we can either do it on the back pocket or we can put it somewhere inside. Now, this element in here, what I did, and I wanted to show you, I fussy cut around it. Then I took, you can see the little holes, because this is like, this is the frame, and it's like a metal frame in my mind when I'm looking at this piece, and this is glass over the top. So I just punched with my little pokey tool through each one of those places that looks like it would be a hole. And then I covered the whole thing in Glossy Accents. So this is going to go somewhere. I think I might do it on the front of the journal, actually. That's going to be tucked in there. Okay, so now you can see, let me add a couple of these in here so you can see what these are going to look like. And we will decorate these, maybe put a little something here, I'm not sure. So these will just tuck. Oh, did I glue that down? I did. I glued down the wrong side, guys. You know, I'm telling you, I hope I didn't do it on this side. Nope. So I got to pull that up. I actually did glue the wrong side. So these are just going to tuck in like this. And I'll probably do 2 or 3. And I'm going to pull that up before it gets... That's okay. It's still not completely adhered. I want to save this piece, so we'll glue this back down the right way. Yes, it did pull some of this paper up, but that's going to be underneath. So that was good. I'm on the ball. Good job, Jewel. That's what I always say to myself when I screw up. Good job, Jewel. All right, so it's this side we glue. So we'll try that again. Oh. Not the first time. And I'm sure it won't be the last. I'll make sure I cover that mess now. Crafting. All right, so now we do have this, and I got a little piece of paper there that I'll get off. All right, so now that's the right way. So then we will tuck these in. I'll probably tuck 2 on each side. So this one will probably go on this side so the bird is upright. And so she had several pieces of that. Now, let's look here. All right, so we will come in and do a little decorating on these pockets. And I do have these fun little plain vintage labels. And I have them in some red colors that I think, actually, there's a couple colors in here that match this kit. And these came from Crafter's Companion, I believe. Yeah, so I have a couple. This little red one's cute. So we might do something like that there, but I'm going to wait, and I'm going to do that at the end. I want to try to put together a fun little journal cover here. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to use, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come back to this to finish all of the decorating on this. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to add these. Okay. Now I've made these, and what I simply did is, let me show you. These are pretty simple to make. I've got a I just had a scrap of this, and I did let me put my glue top on here, a 3/4 inch. You can make these any size you want, whatever size if you have a hole punch. If not, take a little, you know, like a cap of something and draw a circle around it and make your own, you know, and then cut around it with some scissors, fussy cut it. So these are 3/4 inch. And now what I have on here is I've glued 3 together, so it's a nice substantial. So here's my little discs, okay? So I did the little discs and I glued 3 together, okay? So I'm not gonna do that, you know, on camera. And then we need a little something in the back. So I think what I'm gonna do, so this is raised up and it's not super flat. Or do I? I might use a brad. See, or not a brad. I was thinking I might use a brad, then I would have to do that, but I might use an eyelet instead. Let me think about this. Okay, let me grab some eyelets here. Okay, that color. Let me see what color I want. I kind of like this color. So I'll do 2 of those. Okay, put these away. And then that will kind of raise it up a little bit, where you can get the string in behind there. Let me see. We'll have, once that's crimped, I still think I'm gonna do a little something on the back to raise it up. And what I do with that is I'll take 2 more circles. We'll just do one side. And I'll glue these together. And let me see. Let me get a piece of cloth here and tissue and get that glue off. Okay, so, whoops, I need one more. I think I'll do 3 of these. And I'm just gonna cut them slightly smaller than the back. So, and they're not gonna be even because I'm not, here, let me get another pair of scissors. I really wanted to let this dry a little bit, but I want to show you. I'm just going to actually do it this way. Okay, and then that I will glue this little stack of, you know, stuff, manila folder. I'll glue on the back of this. And then while this is drying, I'm gonna let it dry for a minute and then we'll come back to this. Then we will punch the hole through, okay? And what I did is I measured where I could get the dot in the middle, and I simply just I kind of eyeballed it, but I took my centering ruler, which has got paint and everything else all over it. And I kind of just laid it on there, and I looked at the graphs and kind of got it in the middle. All right, so that enables it to sit up off. See, it's not going to sit flat now. See how you have a little gap in there so you can get your string in and out. Good. Now, the last thing we'll do after it dries, we're going to punch the hole. And we're going to punch the hole through this, and then we're going to line it up and go to the other side and punch right through, you know, punch a hole through this side too. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll punch a hole, I'll lay it where I want it, okay, probably right in the middle of that rose, and then I'll mark it with a pencil so I can get the hole on the other side rather than trying to hold it and punch through the whole thing. And then we'll use this and attach the whole thing together. So that's my plan. All right, but I gotta let this dry a little bit. All right, so then we'll have the little, you know, doohickey for the door. Little closure, I should say. All right, we're gonna put this aside for a minute. Let me move these back and grab what I think we're gonna do, the cover. Now this is going to be the journal, but we're gonna cut it down to the size of my papers. And this is part of the papers for the SenecaPondCrafts. Now, oh, that's upside down. No, on one side, because I printed it wrong on the other side, so I'm just going to cover that over. So I have a variety of pages here already, and we will go through that in a minute, but I'm going to just show you the pages I chose. I chose a lot of her digitals, okay? See, this is upside down too. I might have to move these around. Then I have one of my bags. I just fold the bag and I will trim the other edge. I folded up one of these papers to have a pocket. And you know, your journal, add any papers you want. I think I have some manuscript music paper in here, printed vellum. Normal pages I put in most of my journals. A vintage magazine page. Some coffee stain paper. I might add one more piece of coffee stain paper because I had a coffee dye yesterday. Music, vintage music, and that's pretty much it. It's going to be a one signature journal. So this stack, or these papers are, let me move this stuff aside. I think this is called a mini journal kit, so it's a mini size book. So this is 7 inches and about 4 3/4. Well, actually 5 because it's coming, you know, 5. So I'd say 5. So we want the journal a little larger than that, and the easiest way to do this, I've got them in now. I've got a what do you call these folders? Yellow folders. Whatever, yellow folders. You can get them real cheap. Get a whole stack of them. I actually picked these up at a. I'm just going to do a little pencil line, and then I know that's going to be the width of the book, of the cover, and here. So I've got this folded. I'm thinking there's another, I could even use this. No, I'm not going to. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut here and I'm going to cut there. All I did was fold it in half, okay, just like that, and we're going to cover this. It makes a nice, let me check the time. It makes a nice sturdy cover. Okay, I had to get my bigger paper cutter here because this is pretty thick. You can use whatever for the base, but let me do it this way since I'm in an awkward position here. But I want the journal, I don't want the journal to be too bulky because I want it to fit. There, so here we go. We've got that. Let me move this aside. I keep these. These are great for bases to pockets or for pockets, and you can just decorate them. And so you can find a use for just about anything. Now, there's one of two ways for this. You can have a pocket in your journal, but I think I'll leave it open for now, but I will glue the top. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cover this. So we have this, and let me just check this again to make sure this fits in here, and it'll be sewn right in the spine here. And actually, you could take and have a what do you call it? Take it to your scoreboard and do maybe a 1/4 inch spine here if you wanted. So you would have to cut this a little larger. But this is fine for me because I'm just going to sew right into here because this is going to fit right in here like that. Okay, so, and actually it's kind of almost a little, no, I think it fits fine. And thus, that's the reason for your hinges. So, Might be a little bulky, but look, it'll fit in there. Now, I did want to bring to your attention one other thing that I was thinking about, and that's why I did this. I wanted to show you your doors would probably lay closed, your flaps here, a little bit better if I had scored and made I guess you call that like a spine, made a spine. So that's another option. So that's 1/8 of an inch apart. So you could have had 1/8 of an inch, and rather than this rounded edge. So it's up to you. It's, you know, whatever you find works best. Okay, so let me put that back aside. I just wanted to, you know, talk about spines. So it's not necessary. This is just a flat little fun note-taking book, because these desk scents are meant to sit on the desk. And you add receipts and different things to all the pockets. You add notes, whatnot. Okay, so I chose this printable for the cover. So let me cut this. Let me get my other paper cutter here, and we will see how that fits on this cover. You can put fabric on your cover. You can, you know, whatever you want, but this is the way we're making it, this one. So you can see when you print this kit out, if you get this kit, it's a mini size journal. See, it doesn't go all the way to the edges, like an 8.5 by 11. I think it's, what did I say? It was 5 by 7. I don't know, something like that. Maybe a little bigger than that, actually. All right, so we want this on the cover, and I want it to wrap around the back, but we have this seam here, so it would be here, or I think I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to cut it in half, and actually it goes this way now that I'm looking at it. This goes this way, but it really doesn't have to. I kind of like it the other way. All right, let me just cut this in half, and I'm gonna lay something underneath. So that will be the front. So, see, I like it this way. I'm gonna put it this way. And then this one will go this way because the banner goes down. All right, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to put underneath. And I think I can, right here would be so easy just to come in and just ink all the way around it. But I'm thinking I might have a piece of cardstock that would look pretty under there. Let me see what I got. I might not have anything out. These colors, this is just, no, that's too pink. I more need like a red. Let me see what this looks like. Not quite what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna have to go through my stash. Let me just ink this real quick and see what it looks like. And then on the next part, I will have chosen whatever's going under here. You have already seen it, because, all right, let me get one of my inks out here. I'm thinking maybe the fired brick. I've got a big fired brick here. Okay, so this one I've used some reds on. And then maybe we won't do anything around there. I mean, anything underneath it, which will really just bulk it out more anyways. So you could do a little script stamping all the way around. Let me see what this is gonna look like. This is fine. I kind of like that. We'll do that. That's, you know, let's make it simple. the red kind of looks really pretty on the orangey color envelope, doesn't it? I like it. Fired brick. All right, let's see. A little bit too orange looking. All right, we're gonna have to add another color on that. So we're gonna go with something a little pink to try to take away some of that orange. So this is the way I roll, you know, we'll figure this out, these colors out, because I'm going on top of the, you know, let me just get a different one of these. Because I'm not on a white surface. So I should have thought about that ahead of time. And if I can't save it, I'll start another one. See, it's just, I feel like it's just getting brighter and brighter, and I don't want it bright like that. So the other option would be just to do a white paper. Maybe even just a piece of copy paper. Let me see. It's too orange. I don't like that. Let me just try the Abandoned Coral by itself. See what else I have. As far as pinks go, picked raspberry as opposed to coral. Oops, that probably would be better. Let me grab the picked raspberry. Festive berries. Let's see what this, that barn door. Worn lipstick. Try not to add another piece of paper. Just don't want it that thick. Let me just do this and see what this is going to look like. I just think I'm going to have to cover it with, here, let me add this one. I put that other one. You know, I might just do that, just like where some of the manila or some of this yellow just shows through, and not be too concerned. Let me check the time. Let me see. Okay, we got 32, so let's, I don't know what I did with that paper. Let me get another ink, and I think I'm just going to do one of these pinks, and it's going to be fine. We're going to make it fine. The Abandoned Coral is not the right color. I'm going to put that aside. It's still got too much yellow in it. So let me try the Festive Berries. And I'm just going to use the same one here. Get some of this off over here. And Festive Berries. Yep. Sometimes I get the wrong caps on them, so... All right, let's try that. I think that might be better. So I'm probably going to pull out another one of these. Yeah, that's better. That's better. It was just too bright and too bright and dark for these pale colors. And I don't know what I did with that. My other page, here it is. This is the one we're working with. So she has still orange. Okay. There's no way around this. I'm going to have to put, I don't like that color combination. I could have pulled out the green, but it's still going to be layered over this color. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find either a cream colored cardstock or just plain white, and we will match this color up right here. And then I'll wrap the whole thing with that. So basically, like this white, I'll just wrap the entire book, or the entire cover all the way around. And then I will add, you know, some of my pinks. So when I come back, I will tell you exactly what I did. And look at my ink. All right, guys, so check back with me on the next one. I'm going to redo this cover. yeah, I'm going to redo this cover and have laid this on there. I'm still deciding which way I want to lay it. And think this through a little bit better. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series as I'm kind of doing it, you know, as we go. Okay, have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.